crazily hyperbolic.
Which one? The last caller?
But, yeah, the last guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I agreed with so much of what he said, but then I think he just dipped straight off the deep end.
That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes when we're free thinkers like that, when you listen to when I conversate with people and I listen to them, and I listen to the replay and I go, wait a minute, it went kind of south a little bit. But I think, that's what happens in conversations when you don't. It's not a debate; it's more conversational. We say things and we go a little bit deeper. You're right. Sometimes I got Darren. I got his name. Okay, so what do you think?
Honestly,
what do you say that?
I think, and remember it was yesterday or was the day before, he was talking about how he's talking to an ex-president about Iran, and that ex-president said he had wished he had done it.
And yet every president knew. I've spoken to a certain president who I like, actually, a past president, former president. He said, I wish I did it. I wish I did. But they didn't do it. I'm doing it. Yeah. Which president? I can't tell you that. I don't want to embarrass him. It would be very bad for his career, even though he's got no career left. Go ahead, please.
You mentioned...
How about the name?
Yes.
I think it comes down to this. Him and Bill Clinton are actually friendly.
Yes.
They actually have a rapport. They have a relationship. It's probably spanned decades now.
Yes.
They probably get along really well.
Yes.
And to unfurl this, because he is definitely built upon relationships.
Yes.
And to unfold this would be to destroy Bill Clinton.
Yes.
And he is willing, I believe, because I don't believe Trump has exposure to this, and he is willing to take it on the chin, and not actually, be fully exposed because of his relationship with Clinton.
Yes.
And I think that's really just the simplicity of it is kind of beautiful in that way.
I like that.
So I don't find it to be that extraordinary or anything of that nature.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think it was Obama, but when you said Bill Clinton, it makes sense now because Hillary Clinton said so many positive things about his family, his kids, when they had a debate and said name something, and then he said nothing but positive things, and he's good at going after people pretty hard. He really didn't go super hard on Hillary on the name calling. I think that makes sense.
Well, he did say you'd end up in jail.
I will say this about Hillary. She doesn't quit. She doesn't give up. I respect that. I tell it like it is. She's a fighter. I disagree with much of what she's fighting for. I do disagree with her judgment in many cases. But she does fight hard, and she doesn't quit, and she doesn't give up, and I consider that to be a very good trait.
With the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton. Respect his children. His children are incredibly able and devoted, and I think that says a lot about Donald. I don't agree with nearly anything else he says or does, but I do respect that. And I think that is something that as a mother and a grandmother is very important to me.
But that was just a quippy retort when she was windbagging on the stage.
Yeah. But he calls people pigs and stuff. He can go real deep, Little Marco. He can go.
No, he wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But I think you know what? He has to be because he's not a Republican. And people will go, what? You support him? You know what I'm talking about? And it makes totally sense on that. I like that one, Darren. I really do. How about the Save America Act? I got a caller. So this is like 1 minute. 1 minute. I got another caller. 1 minute. How do you feel about Save America Act? Do you think it should be passed? And what's going on with these Democrats saying that is all kind of things negative about it? Okay, go ahead.
Well, I think it's actually exactly what Trump says. They have horrific policy, but they stick together. They're entirely unified. I would like to see if there's some window of opportunity of winning Fetterman's vote. And that's what I would focus on because he's the only one that you could peel off. You have to keep Murkowski,
Yeah.
And who knows what she's going to do. And we've got a loser in the Senate in North Carolina. So, like, our margin, even with the talking filibuster being implemented, is such a slim margin that, basically JD would have to be the deciding vote after a talking filibuster. So it will be 50 to 50.
Right. Well, right now,
but it would be interesting exposing Fetterman.
Yeah. Right now, I think they did it yesterday. They did a, like a checking a temperature vote there, and it was 51 to 48. 51 to 48.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, thank you for subscribing. So it was 51, 48. I think you're right. I think you're right on that. I think it's going to be tough. They need to try to make sure Fetterman and other ones stay, but win them over. And the ones that are at 51, they hold tight. They had the guy.
You know what I thought?
Go ahead.
Can I add an addendum after you're done? Go ahead with what you're thinking, and then I'll
I was thinking
chime in.
It was two people that normally vote against him. I can't think this guy. He's like 80. He's pretty old, and he's had a couple of little brain freezes on camera. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, is he a senator or is he in the House?
He's a senator, and he actually voted. He actually voted yes on it. And then there's another lady that normally sways different ways. So, I mean, he's getting the core. 51, that's pretty good. That's 51 senators.
If we can get to 51, it's going to be, Thune's going to have a hard time not getting rid of the zombie filibuster.
Yeah.
But
it's up to John Thune. I don't know what's going on. If not, they have to replace him really quick because...
they have to replace him. They have to do it quick.
Yeah.
They have to, I think they've got to eject him and do it like as quickly as possible, but it is doable from what I've seen.
Yeah.
You know what the interesting thing is? I'm thinking that this might get wiggle room. Okay, you know how he added the no women or no men in women's sports?
Yes.
Like it has nothing to do with the bill,
nothing
right?
At all.
There's nothing to do with the voting.
Yeah, he had two
right?
of them, 4 and 3. 4 and 5 was like that. 4 and 5. Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
Am I right? Like he had these addendums that have nothing to do with the voting, with the core principle that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that was thrown in there just so during negotiations it could be removed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm just wondering because it's nothing to do with it. I appreciate it, but I'm like looking at it going, what's that? What is that? It's a non sequitur. You know what I'm saying?
Compromise. Yes, you're right. Art of the deal going on there. Okay, listen, we'll take out 4.
Art of the deal. Art of the deal going on there. Exactly. So,
God.
Who knows?
That's good.
Who knows?
That's a good point. Bill Clinton is definitely a possible the one that he mentioned that he's talking to a president that if he told him it would be he'll destroy his thing. And then another one is this one. Well done. I got to go though. I got another caller and I'm missing calls.
All right, man.
Darren, call back anytime.
All right,
man. I
awesome.
really appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye.
Absolutely, man. Talk to you later. Bye.
That was a good one. Oh my gosh, 2 good ones there.